Welcome to Drawfee, where we take dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Nathan.
I am Willie.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Karina.
Willie's back.
Willie's back. Every time I introduce the show, I always am like, I'm going to do something like funny or special, and then it happens, and then I freeze up, and now I just feel like an idiot. So
You just sounded very uncertain, like you weren't sure what we were doing or what was going to happen to
What
you.
a downer.
I had 5 silly things in my brain box of what I might have done.
Do one right now.
Yeah, do one right now.
Yeah,
We'll judge it.
Hit us with
Go
one.
on.
I'm Tristan, and then everyone's like, see, they are the same person. And
That's pretty good.
Nice.
One.
Yeah.
Wow.
it would have been real fun, but now we'll never know.
Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
never make that joke.
I am Tristan, though. I do want everyone to know that.
Oh, good.
You know, Willie, the lack of a good intro joke really made me sad.
Yeah, it made me angsty.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Y'all are being mean.
I know you guys are setting up the fact that we're doing emo lyrics, but that was just a stupid way to go about it.
Wow. Emotions are running high right now.
I wish I had some music to express the way that I feel in this moment, abandoned by my
listen
teammates.
to music. We're recording an episode.
Yeah, no. Karina's the only one with her head on her shoulders.
Yeah, what else is new?
But yes, I am back. You guys did not like my pitch for Artist Draw the Poke Rap, so we're doing emo lyrics instead. And let's give the people what they want. Who's going first?
Me, Nathan.
Okay, Nathan. So your lyrics are from Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy.
I love that song.
Nobody cares. Okay, so your lyrics are: lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Parentheses, a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. We're always sleeping in and sleeping for the wrong team.
Yeah.
We're going down, down in an early round.
Sugar, we're going down swinging. But those are not your lyrics, and if you try to draw them, I will be forced to take action.
I guess I'll start with just someone lying in the grass next to the mausoleum.
But they do have to be a notch in a bedpost.
Yeah.
Because they're not a person. They're a notch in a bedpost.
it's they're the notch in the bedpost.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
the bedpost.
Okay.
Lying in the grass.
Lying in the grass. Okay. So,
next to the
so a
mausoleum.
bedpost.
What even is a notch? I mean, I know it's like someone you hit it and quit it, but what would a notch in a bedpost look like?
Like
You just,
this
you
little
just-
notch.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little notch. You take your knife and
Yeah, your knife, your bed knife.
your bed
Your
knife,
bed knife.
and you do a little bedpost slice to
Yeah.
indicate that you had sex.
Yeah.
So you don't forget.
Yeah.
As everyone does and should, and is completely normal and not weird at all.
Why isn't that a thing anymore?
Because I mean, I don't remember if I've ever done it because I didn't do the notches.
Yeah.
One time I looked under my childhood bed, and written in marker was just my brother's friend's name and had sex in this bed.
What was he doing under the bed?
I think he had sex in my bed, and then
How
he
did
was
they have sex under the bed?
No, it was on top of the bed, but then they went in to mark their conquest by writing underneath my bed that they had
This
sex.
conversation we're having does read like a Fall Out Boy song.
Uh-huh.
I like that they thought a notch in the bedpost was not explicit enough. They wanted it to be very clear what happened in the bed.
They wanted me to know that I should feel weird in my childhood bed. I mean, I was solidly 18 at the time of finding it, but who knows when it happened?
That's true. It could have been any time. Okay, so this is the line in the song.
Yeah. So there's the line.
Song is it?
Happy birthday.
Which line?
Are there multiple lines to Happy Birthday? I feel like
Well,
it's
there's-
just
Happy
one.
birthday.
Yeah,
to
happy
you.
birthday to
To
you is
you.
one of them. Happy birthday, dear.
Dear insert name here.
Yeah.
Someone who can read music knows this is not happy birthday that I've drawn.
Nathan, the idea that you think that you're drawing readable music right now is concerning to me. You just drew musical notes on indistinguishable
indis-
lines.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's not
I
quite
think-
right.
It's not quite right.
I think you need to have the multiple notches to distinguish where the music is.
In the bedpost?
Yes.
But I'm the notch in the bedpost, and you're the line in the song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Someone did drop a heart.
Clumsy.
I feel like the last lyrics episode, I also drew an anatomical heart.
You did, yeah.
Well, it's emo lyrics. Of course you're gonna.
Yeah, there's always an anatomical heart.
Kind of
think-
looks like Shrek.
I think, yeah, this is Shrek. I don't know where the...
Drop a Shrek.
I'm just a notch in your swamp.
Yeah.
A swamp post.
Swamp post.
Donkey.
I'm a notch in your
You're
donkey.
just a line in an onion.
Can we do next time I'm here? Can we draw Shrek lyrics, which is just lines from
Yeah.
the movie Shrek?
Yeah.
I don't see
Lyrics
why
to
not.
the movie, aka
Yes.
lines from a script.
No, but it's lyrics because I will sing them.
Okay.
Shrek does
Going
have a
down,
musical.
Yeah.
Down in an early brown.
Going down.
How do you break
an
a
early
name?
donkey.
That's my question. How do I visually represent breaking a name?
You break a name by not being nice to Pete Wentz. That's how you break a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you write Pete Wentz's name and it's broken? It's
Okay.
on a sign and it's like broken in half.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be really sad.
There's a little
For Pete.
A little sign.
If Pete sees this, he's going to really be feeling it, I think.
When I pick my lyrics, I usually try to do something where it's like me as a person who can't draw could figure out how to draw just to be safe that you. And I was expecting, the reason I picked this lyric is because I thought the mausoleum would be the thing that you latched onto. So I'm very impressed with your creativity.
Thank you, Willie.
Well, that's going to be in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's next to the mausoleum.
Yeah, or just off camera because
well-
it's next to it, but you can't see it from
Yeah.
here.
What does a mausoleum look like? It kind of looks
Like
like.
the Tower of Babel, but smaller.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like a sad house
Yeah.
made of stone for bodies.
I mean, that's kind of a house, though. I mean, lots of houses are made of stone, and they are for bodies, technically.
I just like the idea that people were
there.
like, when I die, my body's probably still going to want to be in a house. This is going to be
Yeah.
important to me after
I
death.
still want the comfort.
How do you spell Wentz?
You got enough
Hazard
of
a
it.
guess.
Yeah.
Pete went.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
Pete went into the
Where?
grass. All right, I gotta
Next
get
to
it.
the mausoleum.
Gotta
Yeah.
get a mausoleum. going. Here we go.
Nathan, I'm being an asshole because I could never do anywhere near as good as what you just did, but I do like that these do appear to be two separate signs.
Yeah, who built this sign?
It's a long. It was.
That's why it
was.
broke.
It was lopsided. It was a poorly designed sign.
Poorly designed.
Poorly designed.
Designed.
It's more of a triple U, too. It's weird that W has a word in it, right? Because it's just a letter.
Right? It's double V. It should be double V.
It should
because
be.
it's two V's, not two U's.
Unless it's lowercase.
I mean,
And then it is 2 U's.
I always hated it because I don't know if you guys know this, but my name begins with a W.
What?
And when you're trying to make
Oh.
like nicknames for yourself, W is the worst. Like W Dog. That's what I went with, but it's not good.
It's really bad, yeah. It takes way too long to say.
My J-Lo name is W Moo, which is just awful.
What about just like Dubs?
Yeah, like Dub Dog.
Dub Dog.
Dub Dog? I mean,
Could have been Dub Dog.
obviously I could have, but
it's too
not,
late now.
It's not too late for you. You could
Yeah.
still be Dub Dog. I believe
It
in
is.
you.
I always wanted a initial name too. I tried to go by JB because those are my middle initials. Did not catch on, but W makes that very difficult. Everyone with a W name knows what I'm talking about right now.
If you've got a W name, sound off in the
Sound off
comments
in
down
the
below.
comments below.
I think it's also because you just put such tremendous Willie energy into the world that I have a hard time
know.
imagining calling you anything else.
It is like I truly I don't think I knew my name was Willie until like well into high school because I always called myself Will because that's what my family calls me, and it turns out that everyone just naturally called me Willie, and so I was just like, okay, I'll go for it. I'll take it.
It just was right. It just seemed right.
Yeah, you're Will on Nintendo. So every time I see Will is online, and I always do a double take.
Oops.
Who the heck is Will?
Yeah, I'm like, who is that? Oh, Willie.
The luckiest thing for
course.
me is that I didn't realize until later that Liam is a William nickname, because I definitely would have tried to make that work, and that would not have gone well for me.
Oh yeah, Liam. I never think
Yes.
about that.
Right?
I don't like to think about what names are actually nicknames to other names. Like, what's her name in Camp Rock?
Peggy.
Peggy.
Peggy's short for Margaret.
That doesn't make any sense.
What a disaster.
Yeah, what?
Oh, little face.
It's a little face.
So the bedpost is a separate entity, and the notch is you. You're the knot.
No, that's me.
That's me.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
You.
And that's the heart.
Just based on the lyric, like listening to these lyrics, I'm thinking about it. This is a crazy person.
I
Yeah.
like this song.
The idea of writing a song, like a mean song about anyone, is insane to me as a not musician. If they are, as he says, a one night stand, and he's like, "I'm going to destroy you," that's insane.
I mean, every sad song or like angry song about someone else is just the musical equivalent of a subtweet.
Yeah.
They're always doing that.
And then there's that one that's like, I bet you think this song is about you, but it is about you.
It's
If
about
If
someone.
it's about the
And
person
who's it's about?
who it's about,
then it is about
then it is
them.
about them.
They're right to think it.
So
Nathan, something about the composition of this makes it seem like with the bushes and the clearing, it makes it seem like Pete Wentz came running through here like Bigfoot and like smashed through a sign and then disappeared into the
let's
bushes.
put some footprints in the grass. I guess there's like a little dirt patch here.
Are those Pete feet?
These are some Pete feet. I guess it would be like
A couple of Pete feet.
a couple of Pete feet.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you are storyboarding a zombie apocalypse movie right now.
Fall Out Boy song, zombie apocalypse movie. What's the difference?
It's the same thing.
I think I'm done. I think I did it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I was going to say, should we look at the real one? But that's not how this works.
Should we
It's
just
the
watch
real-
the Sugar We're
Yeah.
Going Down video real quick?
Yeah, the real one is
Yeah.
like a boy with antlers getting hunted by a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Same
I think
thing.
so. So close.
Yeah. Great.
You did it,
Beautiful.
Nathan.
Thank you.
Jacob,
Yeah.
I could not do this because it is I Write Sins Not Tragedy by Panic! Exclamation point at the disco. Your lyrics are basically the entire song. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. What a beautiful wedding. What a beautiful wedding, says the bridesmaid to the wait. That's what a shame. What a shame the poor groom's bride is a shh. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that one.
I
So that's a
chime
lot.
in with the okay. Yeah.
You get to draw a beautiful wedding. Wow.
What a beautiful wedding.
What a beautiful
So,
wedding.
well, first things first, it's imagine. So someone is imagining this.
There you go.
Yeah, he asks you to imagine right out the gate.
It's a story within a story.
Yeah. So this is the person sort of sitting back and imagining, like, wow, what a thing
Beautiful.
to think about.
What a thing to think about.
It's not much to imagine.
They're enjoying it.
This is just one of those scenes where you daydream about a beautiful wedding where the bride's a harlot.
No,
Yeah, these are
We all know what it is.
no, we don't.
I do.
We can't say those words.
This person loves thinking about this beautiful wedding, though. They're having a great time.
And they're like, I hope nothing bad happens to the bridesmaid or the bride. Which one is the shush?
What a beautiful wedding. What a beautiful
Bride.
wedding, says the bridesmaid to the waiter. And yes, but what a shame. What a shame the poor groom's bride is a shh.
The groom's bride.
The groom's
I don't know why it
bride.
needed to be specified that it was the
Because
groom's
she
bride.
belongs to the groom.
For
else would
rhyming
it be?
purposes.
Yeah, the groom's bride and
groom's
the
mom's
bride's
bride.
groom.
Okay, so they're imagining that they're walking through the pews at the beautiful wedding.
I don't think, are there pews in a church corridor? Isn't that just the church at that point?
That's the hallway.
They're walking around the hallway with all the like. Maybe the church is moving, and they just had to like put all their pews.
They're being
the hall?
fumigated.
Extra pews.
Yeah, that's the extra piece.
Maybe it's one of the mega churches.
Oh yeah.
Where there's just extra shit everywhere.
Wait, is the waiter saying that the groom's bride is a shush?
It's the bridesmaid to the waiter.
She's saying, "What a beautiful wedding," and then it says, "Quote, and yes, but what a shame the poor groom's bride is a shh."
Oh.
I think
Maybe
that
it
might
is the waiter.
That might just be all her though.
Or maybe is it all her?
She could just be like
she's maybe she's a
just
little
bad
drunk.
Friend.
Yeah.
Why is she telling the waiter?
I mean, why not tell the
Someone
waiter?
is stepping over the line here.
The waiter probably does not care.
Wait, it's like
I've got to hand out these hors d'oeuvres.
I'm just holding little chicken tendies.
I've got to get these chicken tendies to a different group of
I'm
You've
sure
just
that
been
if you're,
hogging the chicken tendies.
and talking absolute shit.
Absolute
Absolute
I'm sure if you're like a waiter at one of these events, like you must experience some wild shit.
Yeah, some wild
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So the basic premise of this song is that the bride on her wedding day cheats on her husband to be, but doesn't close the door.
Yeah.
And so a waiter sees it and just starts gossiping with her best friend.
Okay, so it is the waiter saying that.
It seems to be.
Okay.
I always assumed that it was Panic ! At the disco saying it. Like I thought that from the music video, I thought that he was a sort of ringleader.
Yeah, he's just recounting a story that
Maybe
he thought about.
He was the waiter.
Yeah, he could have been the waiter.
So not only is this song like extremely literal, but also just completely inscrutable. I love it.
Yeah, I don't even know who's talking at any given time. We just know that like something happened.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's because it's all being imagined by this guy. So
We just
you know how
that the poor groom's bride was a
That's all we know for sure.
yeah. When you're like imagining something, it doesn't necessarily follow perfect logical sense.
Whoever it is, what business is it of yours? I mean, I know that it is, but like he seems really excited to just break up this wedding. He chimes in with a "Haven't you people ever heard of?" Closing the goddamn door.
Okay.
I chime in.
So we
So I
gotta
think-
have the bridesmaid and then the waiter who doesn't care.
So he breaks into their conversation.
Well, listen, the guy who's imagining it is not the narrator because the narrator tells you to imagine.
Yeah.
Of course.
So the narrator is going to be like over
The narrator's
here
like
about to chime
it's
in.
one of those things where it's like a guided thought exercise.
Yeah, this
And
is
he's like,
a-
okay, imagine a beautiful mountain and there are these goats, but one of the goats is a shh, and then I show up at the mountain and I shame the goat.
Okay, but I am genuinely I'm reading the lyrics right now,
Yeah.
and
We're going to
First of
solve
all,
this.
I don't know that they ever actually say what the bride does. It's just that she is a shush.
She didn't close the goddamn door.
She didn't close the door.
Written out and reading them, it kind of sounds like the guy is yelling at the bridegroom and the waiter for slut shaming the wife on her wedding day.
Oh.
I don't
I'm
think
not
that's
gonna-
it. I don't think that's
get
it.
to
but-
like which thing is happening. I'm just gonna show that the bridesmaid is talking to the waiter who doesn't care, and the narrator is about to chime in. Is gonna be rushing in to chime in.
I chime in.
Actually,
And there's not even a
groom's
door
bride is
to
a
close. So here's the waiter who's just in the church, I guess,
Yeah,
too.
why
They're
is
all
the
in the
waiter
church.
surfing appetizers at the church?
Honestly, that's a great
it's
move.
a mega church.
It's like
It would get me interested in religion, I guess.
they should have apps.
It's the Jesus wafers.
I mean, to be fair,
Those are kind of like the hors d'oeuvres of mass.
If they replace the Jesus wafers with chicken tendies, I'd maybe convert.
This is his blood.
Yeah, this is my
These
body.
are his tendencies.
Yeah, yeah. They replaced the wine with some sort of dipping sauce, some honey mustard, and the wafers with tendies.
Counterpoint, though, I do not want to know how bad the church could make their version of a chicken finger once it becomes like the thing that you give out, because those wafers, not good.
Yeah, they're
Not
not
good.
notoriously tasty.
Well, when I was younger, I was told that I wasn't supposed to chew it because I didn't want to make Jesus feel any more pain, which is absurd.
Whoa.
Is that why?
That's what someone told me. And so you would just let it sit on your tongue and it would dissolve, and that would be kind of fun. And it would be like you were taking drugs, but the drug was Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus is my drug.
I was dissolving a tab of Jesus on my tongue.
Getting high on the Lord.
So she's just talk about all this stuff that the waiter doesn't care about.
Jacob,
Maybe
I
just,
love
like,
these character designs.
You have captured what waiters must feel like at a wedding when someone is just talking to them.
Just like, no, this is a very realistic scene.
Yeah. They just decided to start the reception in the middle of the ceremony.
Yeah.
It's very confusing, but also kind of fun.
And then here comes what's his name? The Panic at the Disco Man?
They're all Pete Wentz.
Brendan Urie, thank you. Pete Wentz is the only name I could get into my head. So.
Pete Wentz.
No.
Here he comes.
Here comes Pete.
So here comes Brendan Wentz. And the top hat is like flying
my
off
mortal enemy.
because he's rushing over to be like, excuse me, if I might chime in.
So wait, he's the one who's gonna chime in. So what's the guy strolling down the aisle doing? He's just
Who's that?
he's just
as
there.
I explained earlier, Nathan, the narrator is the one who chimes in.
Right.
And the narrator at the beginning tells you to imagine.
Okay.
So this is you.
This is you imagining yourself.
Yourself strolling down the corridor with the pews
I see.
and hearing this going on. And then the narrator is about to chime in.
I see.
I do love that. Obviously, he has to be wearing a top hat. That is.
Yeah,
He's like the ringleader of about to chime in.
Yeah, he's wearing a top hat, but like a normal outfit.
Yeah, just sort of a sensible.
Yeah.
Just he didn't commit fully.
The more I read these lyrics, though, man, they suck. Like, okay, so because especially when you're talking about a wedding, to hear an exchanging of words, that means a bride and groom exchanging words, but it's about a waiter talking to a bridesmaid in the middle of a church. They make no sense.
I don't think you're supposed to think about it. You're just supposed to like bop.
You're just
It's
supposed
more
to
of a
hate
bop.
women,
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
supposed to hate women.
which I do.
Sort of a sensible tie.
Very sensible.
It's too sensible.
Very
It
sensible.
makes me uncomfortable.
Uncomfortably sensible.
This is how I would have dressed in my emo lyrics days, like one special accessory and then just an ill-fitted suit that nobody
Can I
wants.
just say what the you character reminds me of?
What's that?
Your dream where you get punched by Piccolo.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, this is pre-Piccolo punch.
He's at the end of the aisle.
He's coming.
Piccolo's the groom.
And you're the one who's been cheating with Piccolo's wife.
Oh no.
No.
Damn.
Wow. But then you wake up because it was all a dream. It was all a visualization exercise.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wow.
I'm not drawing
Beautiful.
anything else.
It's
This
wonderful.
is the whole scene that the song is talking about. And I think it's
Amazing.
beautiful.
It's great.
It's everything. It really is. This is what that song is about. This is what you guys spent hours on in your teenage years, by which you mean me. What?
So.
Yeah. Okay. So, Karina. So this might be controversial. I limited myself to whatever was on the Wikipedia page for emo, because emo does not have a very defined and I decided I want to give you the Willie Muse high school emo experience, what I would be sadly listening to in my church corridor. So
You are speaking to the resident emo.
Yeah.
Drawfee.
I may have upset you. I may upset you with this because I don't know if you'll count this as emo. The song is by Bright Eyes, and it is called Poison Oak, and your lyrics are crazy hot garbage. So your lyrics are, well, let the poets cry themselves to sleep, and all their tearful words will turn back into steam. But me, I'm a single cell on a serpent's tongue. There's a muddy field where a garden was, and I'm glad you got away, but I'm still stuck out here. My clothes are soaking wet from your brother's tears.
That's so much.
That's a lot.
I do also love that song, Willie.
It's a great song. If I were to say what my emo experience in high school was, that's a pretty good encapsulation of it. Because boy, does that make you feel. And boy, is it just a lot of nothing.
Definitely not a pick I was expecting.
I couldn't think of a third like big emo band. Maybe Paramore, but I don't know. They're more punk. They're a little after my time. Not really.
There's only two.
They get put
Yeah.
into the emo
Yeah, like early.
thing.
This is a sequel. I would have done another MCR song. There are three. There's MCR. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. Not the band, just the song.
Just that one song.
And Fall Out Boy.
I saw online in a list that I looked up of what counts as emo that they put bands like Jimmy Eat World
Yeah.
Well,
and
yeah.
AFI,
Yeah.
which I thought AFI was more punk than emo.
I feel like when it
but-
comes to emo, it's less about actual musical classification and more of just
How pale your skin is.
the style.
like that era. Yeah.
yeah.
I think Bright Eyes counts as emo. He just doesn't have a sense of humor about it. And like enough people who listen to him don't have a sense of humor. So it's like they're going to not call it emo because they're like too cool. But he has all the trappings. He's sad. He has hair.
He's sad. He has hair.
I feel like if every song that makes you feel sad is emo, then like 70% of all music is emo.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Like it had to make you sad in a very specific period of time, and then it counted.
I think it has to be like sad, but in a way that you'll be embarrassed about later in your life. I think that's
An
That
embarrassing
makes-
sad. Yeah.
I still listen to all the same shit.
No, I know, but I think like
And I'm not that embarrassed about it.
no, not even embarrassed, but I think it's like it hits like a genuine like the teenage emotion muscle that you have.
Yeah.
It's got to be very hard on sleeve, like very straightforward and very earnest.
Yeah. And my memory of being a teen is being embarrassed most of the time. So
But there's like a difference because then like by that definition it would be like Olivia Rodrigo would be perfect emo. She's just perfect music.
I mean, she kind of is emo. She's kind of hearkening back to that era with some of her stuff.
So the other thing I think is kind of emo-ish is like the like Green Day accent where it sounds like a like surfer trying to be a chimney sweep. Like but now I feel like that's being replaced by like what Olivia Rodrigo does, which is they sing by like
In
talking
cursive?
like me.
they sing in cursive.
Cursive.
Oh.
No, like they sing very gutturally. Like
Yeah. I think cursive singing is kind of out now.
like it's like I chime in with a haven't you like that would be what it would be sung at like now. I feel like very like like that kind of noise.
Like a creaky door.
me, Olivia Rodrigo.
Hi.
Door. I don't know what I'm drawing. These
Yeah,
are the
what are you
poets.
drawing?
These are the poets.
Oh, they're
They're-
crying themselves to sleep.
Yeah. And then,
Well, at least they have each other.
yeah. Or do
And-
they?
And their words turn back into steam.
Yeah.
A steamy, sleepy.
Oh, that's okay. So
time.
here's like a notebook with their words.
Because they worked so hard writing these poems that all the words turned into steam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
It's like when Premiere crashes and I haven't saved in a while. I
This
cry
is
myself to sleep
actually a
too.
song that I don't know because I did not listen to a ton of Bright Eyes.
Oh,
I
man.
apologize. I would have planned better.
It's okay.
You should go back and listen to that
I
album.
should.
It's really good.
I like what I've heard. I just never went back. They did that one song where the music video is the guy on the airplane.
Yes.
Or the girl on the airplane with the guy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, darling.
Which is just like a woman who I don't know, she does not seem to be the brightest person in the world based on the way the song sets her up. And then he just like explains to her stuff while they die. And that is the song.
That's the intro song on the album.
It's a good song.
That's what gets you in the mood for the rest of the album.
Because I know that song.
That is probably my favorite album of like just in terms of like times listened to it. And my favorite song off the album is now very like ubiquitous, the First Day of My Life.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's them.
I was telling my platonic friend Matt about it, having always kind of assumed that it would be like it was like my best pick for a wedding song. And I talked about like I played the song for him, and he's like, "Yeah, I've heard this. This is what people who don't know each other well play at their wedding." And
Damn.
so that one stung a little bit, only because I know it was true. But
it is a very basic pick.
It's so okay, but like before,
it's a great song, but it's...
some of his songs do not age well. He has one song about like staying friends with his girlfriend that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, but also really good. It's called "It's Cool That We Can Still Be Friends." No one look it up.
I feel like when you listen to First Day of My Life outside of the context of the album, it seems like way too like sweet and saccharine. When you listen to it in the context of the album, the rest of the album is so sad. That song is like your one like breath of like
it's a little respite.
Oh, he felt good for this one day.
Damn.
he had one good day in his life.
See?
I hate to say it, but it hits different.
Yeah.
I mean, even that song is not like the happiest thing.
No, it's still a little bittersweet.
It seems like he's like, I love you, but I'd rather be with someone that I'm with. So there you go.
Damn, this really is the emo episode.
I told you, he counts.
These poets get it.
The best Bright Eye song is by far, I don't know if any of you ever heard the song When the President Talks to God. That's aged well. It's an indictment of George Bush for 2 minutes, and sometimes I just want to sit down and listen to it. It's great. It's very very of the time.
Yeah, really get back into that mindset.
I remember listening to it being like, yeah, fuck you, politics.
Willie says no thanks.
I love it when a song makes me feel that way.
Now Willie listens to better political songs by Olivia Rodrigo, who is the artist of our generation, honestly.
Yeah, we should have done Olivia Rodrigo lyrics.
Damn, that actually would have been a smarter idea.
Well, when we planned this, she was not the star of the century yet. Obviously, we should do that anytime, any day, because, damn, it's really good.
I'm siding with you here. It's way better than I expected.
If you want to feel.
And she's also like 17 years old.
So there's the poets. There's the words turning into steam. What was the bit about the snake?
But me, I'm a single cell on a serpent's tongue. There's a muddy field where a garden was.
So this is where the me comes in. Because every one of these, you have to put the me in it. In this one, me is a single cell on a serpent's
tongue. The muddy field where the garden was is I think the field next to the mausoleum where Pete Wentz tracked his little Pete feet through.
Little Pete feet.
Here's the snake. Serpent.
Snurpent.
What's the difference between a serpent and a snake?
I think all snakes are serpents. Not all serpents are snakes.
I think it's just how many syllables you need to fill the.
Are eels serpents?
Serpents are the ones that Satan's in, and snakes are God's creatures. They're constantly doing battle.
Oh.
Snakes are not God's creatures. Snakes are monsters. Sorry to
cute.
What I imagine is every Drawfee fan who has a snake, because I assume it's all of you.
And Karina, who likes snakes.
They're scary. How do they move? Imagine how powerful they'd be if they had legs, though.
Yeah.
They need legs.
They'd
They're
just be
already
lizards.
powerful.
That was one of my
I
first.
took this class at the museum when I was a kid where we got to like hold animals that they had at the museum, and I got to hold the tail of a boa constrictor, and that thing was a little scary. But I liked it.
Boa constrictors don't bother me. Honestly, the bigger the snake, the less scary it is to me.
I don't understand your stance on snakes.
That's insane. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, I feel like it's the same with like spiders, where it's like they're creepy and crawly. If they're bigger, then they're just like, they're there. I feel like I could outrun an anaconda.
Incorrect.
And I'm not fast.
But you're just a snake in a song. Where'd it go? Garden. Why'd I draw a tree?
Well, it's where a garden was.
The Garden of Eden.
The garden's not
tree,
there anymore. Right?
Yeah, there was a tree in that garden. It was a big garden.
Yeah, it's a big garden.
A garden can be whatever you want it to be.
That's where Adam learned that he had a bingus.
Yeah. Adam learned about his bingus.
Do you remember where you learned you had a bingus?
And God got real PO'd. Like, you're not allowed to know about the bingus.
Stop that.
Stop it.
I'm going to curse you with knowledge of your bingus. You have to live with that now.
Yeah. You can either not think about the bingus and stay in the garden, or think about the bingus and leave.
But once he had a taste,
yeah,
he's like, I'm not letting go of this bingus.
Yeah, the garden's pretty nice, but bingus.
What is this? Muddy field. And there was something about running. You escaped.
I'm glad you got away, but I'm still stuck out here. My clothes are soaking wet from your brother's tears.
How do you get clothes on a single cell?
Oh, yeah. I'm not the snake. I'm the cell.
You can just say there are clothes.
Okay, let me.
Gonna do a zoom in.
Clothes and then wet also.
Yeah.
Those are the three things we need to
know. Lyrics are great. You can just say whatever the heck you want.
Okay, and
especially Shrek lyrics.
But I'm stuck
especially
out
Shrek
here.
Lyrics.
So you're up here. I'm assuming you're also a single cell.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
are you also on a serpent's tongue? That wouldn't make any sense. So you're just up here. You got away.
You got away from the tongue.
They're the poets.
You live with the poets now.
Yeah, who are crying.
It's so funny that like when you sing the words and you hear them being sung, you're like, wow, this hits me on a very personal level.
I do like that you sang it in the voice.
That's just how I talk. It's just that happens to be what's in vogue now, is just not speaking through your nose, or speaking through your nose. I don't think that I breathe through my mouth at all.
So finally, it's our time.
Let the nasal gang rise up.
Rise up.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. It does look like me listening to this song, so you did it.
With the serpent
complete
at
with
the
the
window.
snake that's just watching me, which is fine.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
Yeah, it's big enough that Willie's not concerned.
Nothing gets me more in the mood for some emo music than being watched by a snake.
Truer words.
Well, Willie, thank you for coming on the show and giving us more emo lyrics to draw.
Of course. May I do something? And you can say no, but I hope you don't.
Yes?
Go ahead and do something.
Do something.
I would like to plug my show, but I'm really bad at plugging stuff. So I wrote a letter to plug it. May I read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear Drawfee audience,
Uh-huh.
I know that our past together has been rocky, to say the least. Many of you are deeply annoyed by my existence. I never got that tattoo I said I was going to get. And my voice sounds like a gay blender struggling to mix ice into a smoothie. But today I ask you to put our differences aside and give me a chance as I stand before you with a humble request. As 12 of you already know, I am currently trying to grow my own personal channel right here on youtube.com. And today, I am asking everyone to please check it out. Called Knitting Time with Willie, the show is a subversive glimpse into the dark, satirical, revolutionary mind of everyone's favorite scamp / 9/11 conspiracy theorist, me, Willie Muse. Some are calling me America's sweetheart, and while I don't know if I can accept such a title as I feel that I transcend national borders, what I do know is that you are all lucky to live in a world in which I am producing bi-weekly content for you to enjoy, and each day that you go without taking the opportunity to watch it is a stain on your very soul. Knitting Time with Willie is an eclectic mix of comedy, pop culture, crafts, and breathtaking visuals, provided your standard for breathtaking visuals include prolonged shots of a chubby, extremely sweaty 37-year-old man having an existential crisis while knitting. There is something on the show for everyone. Episodes include interviews with Drawfee favorites, an interview with Jacob Andrews, an extremely in-depth deep dive into America's Next Top Model, and even a video documenting my own personal quest to find a bad movie to make fun of, provided I get that video up in time because I haven't made it yet. Along the way, I knit, I wax philosophical, I shave my head at one point, and I wear fun sweaters, all while a puppet who may or may not be the devil makes jokes at my expense. If you've ever wished that Jenny Nicholson was significantly dumber, then I have the show for you. As a jumping off point, I suggest you type creating the perfect thumbnail Willie Muse into YouTube and start there. You'll know it's the right video if you see a bright yellow thumbnail featuring a shirtless photo of me next to Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender. After watching that, if you think you can tolerate that level of janky filmmaking, then I recommend you go back and watch the first episode of my deep dive into America's Next Top Model. If you can't handle how poorly edited the videos are, then I recommend you instead jump ahead to the top model video that mentions Hurricane Katrina in the title, because that's when the quality becomes passable. If you have already watched my videos, then I apologize for wasting your time with this long letter, and am honestly surprised that you are still here. That said, if you are still here and like my videos, then why not say so in the comments below? I am sure your recommendation will mean more to a potential viewers than mine, particularly as I feel confident that this extremely long letter has already isolated any new viewers I might hope to attract. Thank you all for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again here in 2 months' time when I inevitably guest on the episode Artist Draw Olivia Rodrigo Lyrics. Lustfully yours, Willie. P.S. If I get 100K subscribers by this time next year, I will finally get that tattoo. P.P.S. Screw you, Jacob.
Wow.
I didn't know you were 37.
You're not. He's not 37. You just thinks he looks like a 37-year-old. You think you're
I
just
just
like
think,
a few years older than you actually are.
I think that people like me because I am youthful, so I am easing them into the idea that I will age.
Oh, so eventually you're expecting to be doing your show when you're 37.
I know I will be. Also,
great.
I just want I want to know that people will still love me when I'm 37, when I'm no longer young and beautiful, as Lana Del Rey says.
Well, that's lovely, Willie. We'll put a link to that jumping off video you mentioned right at the end screen here.
Thank you.
This whole time,
This is a very long end screen. I hope we're scrolling the Patreon.
Yeah,
we really slowly.
This was a good episode to be a patron because we really got to linger on each name that was scrolling by.
Please comment down below with your favorite name.
Yeah,
since you saw them all today.
Yeah. In addition to all the other comments that Willie asked for in his letter, we have to end the episode.
Please.
Yeah, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
I'm not.
Sorry.
We're shh.